Hello, happy Monday to everyone.
Happy Monday.
So I need to get back to comments. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I don't see anybody, I don't see anybody yet.
I see. We've got Susan is the old so-and-so, correct?
Yes.
And Claudia's here.
Okay, so I'm missing how to get my comments.
Okay. It should be the very top option there above brand.
I know. Right now, hold on. Oh, there we go.
Joyce.
Hi, Claudia. Hi, Joyce.
I owe Joyce an email. I've just been so busy that I haven't got to respond to her.
So if I do this, there we go.
Yes,
Hello, Susan. Claudia.
Claudia and Nikki had a glowy glass sale today.
I didn't see anything. I was trying to film an intro for my collaboration with Texas to Milan, and it took me all day long.
I know how that goes. Geneva is here too. Nice. And Rebecca got her first piece of glowy glass today.
Wow.
I call that seed uranium. It will grow. Just warning. Like I had uranium because I had only planned to get 1 or 2 glowy things, and now, well, you saw last week. You saw the reality.
Hello, Rebecca.
Hello, Tommy.
Tommy Sharp.
Tommy's new to me.
Tommy before. Hi, Tommy.
Mm-hmm. And it was Fenton. It was Fenton custard glowy. It's very pretty.
I got some glowy glass on my haul that I think I'm gonna have that video come out on Friday, but I got some.
Nice.
I'm not telling you what I got.
I'll watch. Don't worry. I have only found a few pieces of glowy glass in the wild, but I love seeing people give gifts in this community. It is
Geneva. She is obviously likes to spread all the love. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah, I mean, I had to use this cup for this evening.
Very appropriate. And what are you drinking? Shall we share?
I'm drinking a G and double tea. So it's a concentrated tea syrup-ish thing that I made. And then I added gin and tonic water to it. So it's a tea cocktail. I felt it was appropriate.
Yeah. It's
Blue Willow.
It's going to be a thing. I might have to try it. I don't usually do cocktails very often, but
it's tasty.
Yeah.
And it glows because it has tonic water in it, but you wouldn't be able to see it without me spilling it all over my computer, and then that would be bad. Bad things. Well, how is everyone doing on this Monday?
Well, we don't have headaches. We're not sick.
Headaches? No. I'm much improved over last week. Though I am lower on sleep than last week, but it's all good. Yeah. It's all good.
Oh my gosh.
For a Monday. It's not bad for a Monday.
No? Yeah, we got some rain today.
So, it was hot here today.
You did what today?
It was hot here today. Upper 80s. I don't know if it hit 90, but it was 89 when I got to my car after work.
Rebecca says she's good for a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Joy says her week is starting out good.
That's good.
Cheers to
a
good week that will continue.
Yes. Let's hope that this bodes well. Claudia's packing and invoicing. I know that struggle after this past weekend.
Yeah, I was worried about you on Sunday. That's why I'm like, I bet you're swamped.
Well, I was going to just like put on some YouTube and like just let that, carry me through. But I unfortunately, oh, that's good. Bones Day. No Bones Day are no good. So I put on, I've been meaning to watch this show and all my friends love it. Everybody tells me that I would love it. I just haven't watched it. I literally own the DVD set for it and the sequel series, but I haven't watched it. And it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. So
Okay. This is the animation, not
the animated,
redo a live action or something with that.
Netflix is making a live action series. There was a live action movie that I guess people just don't talk about. But Nikki, hi.
Yeah.
Nikki. I just bought Glowing Glass for Nikki today. But so I put on Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it took me the entire first season to package up everything and invoice. So yeah. It was a long day yesterday. And that was after I did all the prep work on Saturday. So yeah, reselling is, it looks like fun. It is fun. Don't get me wrong. It's so much fun, but it's behind the scenes is a lot of work.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That's just because I'm so used to having an Etsy shop where a lot of that, that legwork is done for you. All you have to do is basically get the label printed out and box it. You don't have to do the
invoicing,
switching and invoicing and
getting info and
shipping entry and all of that, which, man, that sure does take up some time, but
it does.
Yeah.
But I'm still thankful. It was a fantastic weekend.
You had a great sale with Jody.
I'm grateful.
It was so fun.
And I got to talk about one of my newer favorite heroes, and that just made me happy. So I got to introduce him to a whole new crowd of people.
Yep. I told my husband to go watch the beginning. I don't know if he has yet, but I said it's going to be worth it. Go learn something.
I'll make him cry.
Yeah,
apparently I made everybody cry. Sorry. I even made myself cry, so you weren't alone. So, but yeah.
Okay. Well, do you want to dive into some
collections?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. What are we going? I know Angela always organizes our slides, so I don't know.
You're actually first this week. First. That's how it worked out.
Okay. Okay, so we're doing collections first. I chose this just because I was feeling colorful this week. Everything I looked at, I was like, I think I'm going to throw this in here. So I chose a fun collection with the little pennants, which you can find. They're very accessible. There's so many kinds you can get. I did also throw in the varsity letters just because they kind of feel similar to me and have that same look with the felt and the colorful quality. But I like the pillows that people make now with those souvenir pennants. I had never seen a Christmas tree skirt done with them before.
Oh,
that's what's on the bottom photo.
See that?
Yeah.
I focused on the little R2D2.
Yeah, and I have a few actually right up here on the wall. So I was like, well, yeah, I do have some. So
I do come across them here.
I have just a few. I think it started because I picked up one for Iowa for my husband because he was born in Iowa. And then once I got that one, I said, well, I need to represent myself. So I was almost all the rest are California or Los Angeles related. I've got Farmers Market, Los Angeles. I've got Disneyland. I've got Knott's Berry Farm and another Los Angeles one. And then I've got one Iowa. So I might have overdid it a little on my side.
You might have to find another Iowa.
Yeah, I might have to find something.
Get a little
more
even.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, well, so I was actually inspired by during Glass with Class, Nikki had a uranium glass flower frog. And then I was thinking about how people display their flower frogs. And so, World War II. And these are mainly the metal ones, because, the figural glass flower frogs, you can display those in a whole variety of ways. And if you want some info on figural glass flower frogs, I think Trusty Huckster did a video on it. Because he has a whole collection of them, and I think he has them lined up in a window, and it's very stunning. Plus on an etagere or shelf. And but this I like because the green, we all use them and love them for displaying ephemera and displaying postcards or what have you. But it's fantastic. I think they look immediately, they're green copper patina is what they look like. Mm-hmm. So I think they have like a tiny industrial feel to them, but you can stick anything in them or stack them up and they just look great. I just love the ones in this bell jar with those old books. Mm-hmm. I just love that little vignette. And now I want to find a million bell jars and just stick stuff into them.
I have to tell you, I have so many cloches. Where I have more cloches than things under the cloches, but I love it too.
I need cloches. and I'm going to be making a video about using flower frogs as they were intended to be used for floral arranging. So keep an eye out on that.
Yeah, on the bottom, even if they're not even using it for anything, it's just
they're just the
structure of the flower frog itself.
Well, yeah, and so the picture on the right is very country rustic, mm-hmm. and the picture on the left is more, I don't know, it's more like not like dark academia, but mm-hmm. like secret garden specimen.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I love that.
I feel that. Yes. I like that. Yeah. Are some of those painted, you think? The green color where it's
some greens are painted, yeah.
All my metal flower frogs are all that gray, steely gray color. I don't have any that are green.
I have some that are green. I have one that's like brass. But yeah, I think it's just so it would blend in with the green of the stems, I think. So they painted it. Just like floral tape is green,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. What were you using your floral frog for, Rebecca, that you didn't know what it was
for?
Oh, okay.
Staffordshire. Hey, there's a theme to tonight.
Staffordshire. I don't have any myself, but I saw the photo with all the dogs on the mantle, and I just I liked it. And I thought, it'd be so fun with cats, but I looked up, there's no imagery of someone who has a huge Staffordshire cat collection, probably because of the investment involved. But so all the photos of the cats are just ones that are for sale or auction photos, one of the two. But gosh, how cute would that be to have a Staffordshire cat collection?
It would be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, they're like a quintessential English decorator piece. So I thought I'm going to throw it in there, especially since everything else that I chose this week is like super colorful. So no, I have to put something kind of somber and English in there. So I did that with this selection. Does anybody like Staffordshire? Anybody?
I love Staffordshire.
You do?
I have a Staffordshire. Well, I don't have animals. I have a Staffordshire basin and ewer in my bathroom. Mm-hmm. And I actually have a piece of Staffordshire I'll show later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it
goes with the theme.
I like the Dalmatians are cute too. They have some fun Dalmatians that I've seen. Yeah, the black and white cat ones, Joyce. I do too.
Which Staffordshire is a place in England that's extremely well known for its pottery. So
yeah, the Staffordshire dogs
important to keep in mind for later. Hey, Tammy.
Yeah, the Staffordshire dogs are one of those things where there's a lot of fakes out there, and it's a little bit hard to confirm a lot of the times if you have an original or a
Yeah, you got to pay close attention to the markings and
import kind, like a
see about the age and stuff like that.
yeah. There's a lot of different tells, like the holes on the bottom. Some of them, I think the old ones they were painted on the back, but still, I think you can still find some that are authentic that aren't painted on the back. So that isn't always a tell. It's hard.
Okay.
Are you flipping these or should I flip this?
I can flip. Oh, so I'm next. And to go with my theme, this is, both these images were taken from Catherine Greenlee. She has, her website is called Collected Interiors. So she's got a lot of great images to look at. And both of these, of course, are featuring blue and white china. But the one on the left is very country. I mean, you've got your chickens, you've got that, raw wood look hutch. But then I love all the blue and white at the top. And of course, on the table, like the main color in this comes from the china, which is fabulous. And then the one on the right is way more traditional. So
I really like the one on the right.
I do too. It's my the way I'm leaning is to the one on the right, which I just never really thought about green with blue and white, but that green striped wallpaper, the blue and the white, and then that lovely picturesque landscape painting and that gilded frame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
I love it. I love it so much.
I love it.
And then I love the chairs are even adding, you've got some reds in there. So don't be afraid of mixing colors because why just do it? Just do it. See, she's professional and she does it. So that's okay.
I love it. Yes, it looks beautiful. And the evening, the ambiance with the candles.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one of my favorite
statues in the background.
One of my favorites, the table has barley twist candlesticks.
That's one of your things.
That's one of my faves. I haven't even shared that yet.
I love so one of my I'm a sucker for place card holders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never actually used them for a dinner, but I just love the idea of making a place or a dinner an event and be you put thought in where you want people to go, and even if it's only 4 people.
I went to an estate sale where there was a just wonderful collection of these Reed and Barton animal place card holders, and I didn't get them because they were, I think it was $100 for, I think they were charging
I have a variety upstairs in boxes that I'm not allowed to open yet, but there's some up there waiting for me to open them. Just got to motivate myself someday. Okay.
Motivation. All right, everyone. Let's see.
We didn't plan this. And your second picture there is very on trend.
It's true. But I when I choose these to share, I look through a lot of pictures and I will see so many beautiful pictures. Some of them are too close up. So I'm like, yes, it's a beautiful bouquet, but I need to find something what inspires me? What inspires me? And this is what inspires me, kind of art and eclectic, not clutter, but abundance.
Maximalism.
Maximalism. Yeah. I loved the entryway specifically because of the art and the hats and the baskety totes. And then on the right, I've always loved the idea. I don't have a big room like this, but when you have a big room, I cut it off. But this room has 2 conversation areas. And I love that idea. That's dreamy to me, is I'm not saying I want to have a lobby, like a hotel lobby, but just something where there's just, little conversation areas,
or a few different nooks, you know,
Yeah.
and it just
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and of course, the wall, just abundance. Lots of things.
yeah.
That it inspires me. I love it. Okay.
All right.
Everyone's saying that they're gonna come over to Helen Booty's house, I think.
She's got Staffordshire pottery. He said. He said it looks just like her
It's
dining
hosting a party, apparently. Just kidding.
Okay. Media must. So, my media must, I'm sticking in the cause tube vein. And this is Abby Cox. She is a dress historian, just like Bernadette Banner. But so on the left, you'll see those are the cover of 2 books that she co-wrote.
Okay.
So she literally helped write the book on dressmaking 18th century clothes and 18th century beauty routines, like, the whole powder and pomade and all of that. But then she kind of went viral accidentally on YouTube with the video. Yeah.
How did that happen?
She wasn't intending to go viral, but she posted the video at the bottom here, which is she wore 18th century clothes for 5 years. And that's because she worked at Colonial Williamsburg. And she wore period clothes for 5 years. And so, she was just talking about it and, the pros and cons of dressing that way. But she also does lots of fun other costume things, like she buys and studies. So she does hauls too, but her hauls are antique clothing. And then she shows you how they're constructed and the interesting ways that clothes were reused or how they were born. And then she also does the video at the top is Gen Z versus flappers. It's how the 1920 and 2020 parallels, which is very interesting.
That's fun.
Yeah. So that's Abby Cox. She's a lot of fun to watch, and she's very open, of course, about her mental health, which is helpful for lots of people. And yeah, so she went to her first Ren Fair the other day.
Her first Ren Fair?
Well, no, she went with a group of other costubers. One of them, it was their first time. I don't know if it was her first time, but it's definitely it's really, she has a lot of interesting videos, like the difference between corsets and stays. Do you know the difference?
I do not.
Well, I don't either, but she tells you in a video. It mainly has to do with time period and the way they're constructed. And nobody was tight lacing. Nobody was forcing themselves to have 12-inch waists. So that's a lie from the media. But that's my media must. She has a lot of great information, and she talks about sources and somebody complained about the way dresses displayed the bosom in that time period. She's like, listen, boobs have been around for a very long time. So, and then she went into the history of the décolletage.
Yeah, well,
various throughout the centuries. So that's just one of those things that, but she wore, it gets hot in Williamsburg. So, that there was some sweat happening, but she talks about that in the video.
Don't some of those layers help with that? There's
because
full cotton.
Yeah, you have cotton or linen against your skin, which wicks sweat away. So it's cooling, just by the nature of the material.
Yeah, and then were some pieces that were under? Were they cut out at the armpit to help with ventilation, and then things on top, or I don't know.
I don't remember because I'm not a dress historian, but I'm sure she talks about it. But that is my media must for the
Abby week. Cox. Okay, I will have to go visit her channel. All right.
I follow her too. So I saw your slides. I was like,
I chose for my media must Magpie Ethel, which a lot of people follow here, but just in case you haven't, She has a great Instagram, and I believe she also does have an Etsy store. Now, she isn't necessarily my aesthetic. She does do a lot of kitsch things, but her collections are amazing.
Mhm.
I mean,
And the way
just
she displays them.
she
And
displays them amazing. And like I included things that I definitely thought were interesting, like the wood, not wood, the plastic owls. That I guess that's that's at her beach house, if I recall on her posting.
mhm.
But I loved the pie tins on the backsplash. That is something I definitely love. The dice
For the
in the
dice,
gumball
yeah,
machine, kind of cute.
it's great.
But so she has amazing collections. But I also wanted to share her because she's known for her crafting and she does amazing crafts. So I shared a couple, the plastic half doll heads.
Mhm.
There's a collection here, but she also crafts with them on the right different holidays. So Valentine's Day is on the top, and she makes the curly hair with pipe cleaners.
Oh,
So those little curls are all little colorful pipe cleaners.
are
You know,
these old? And they look like the older pipe cleaners too, like
and
the
yeah,
fluffy ones.
so she adds the little, buttons and bows and probably flower pins for those. And then on the bottom, she does them for Halloween, and
Mhm.
these are adorable. I just really cute crafts. I mean,
You can stick those in a flower prop.
you could spend an entire day just with a piece of paper and get inspired, and
Mhm.
everything that you see that you like, that you thought, you might not have wanted, or you pass by it, all of a sudden you see her collection, or you see a craft that she did with something, and then it's like, well, maybe I will pick up something like that.
Do that. I could do
You could
that.
spend a whole day going through her feed. And then I think I added a couple more crafts.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm trying to
That's
find my
okay.
notes.
That's okay. I just wanted to highlight these two. The adorable snow women inside the paper ice cream cup, all vintage. I mean, just adorable, stinking adorable. And then the converted Cupies to mermaids. Come on.
They're
I mean,
amazing.
I have huge appreciation, just because I might not want like a ton of pastel mermaids as a collection. I love them. So I just wanted to share that, because I know a lot of people probably do have collections and might get inspired to maybe craft with some of them like this. I mean, her Instagram is pretty great. So that is my media must selection for this week.
Okay. Found my notes.
Right, Leanne? I mean, so
Super
adorable.
adorable.
The mermaids.
Super
So adorable. Okay. So now, Angela, are you ready?
Magpie Ethel. Here, I'll go back. Magpie Ethel is her name. She definitely thinks outside of the box. So definitely encourage a follow there. All right. Are you ready? Wait, let me get my top off my drink here.
That's right, Leanne. You make a Cupid mermaid. I want to see it.
Okay. Are you ready for a brief history of the Blue Willow pattern, also known as the English Willow pattern? Here we go. All right. First of all, I want to read you all the Blue Willow Fable. I got this. This comes from Wikipedia. Depending on where you read it, there are some slight changes, but the general gist of the story, and just concentrate on the plate as I tell you the story and see if you can pick out the elements. Hey, Roy.
Hi, Roy.
That make up the Blue Willow pattern. Once there was a wealthy mandarin who had a beautiful daughter, Kuang Se. She had fallen in love with her father's humble accounting assistant or clerk. His name was Chang. Of course, her father did not like this at all. It was inappropriate. They were from different levels of society, different castes, and all that. So he fired his clerk and built a high fence around his house to keep the lovers apart. The Mandarin was planning to marry her off to a very wealthy duke who came in via boat to claim his bride, bearing, jewels and all of that. The wedding was to take place on the day that the blossoms fell from the willow tree. On the eve of the wedding, the young clerk, disguised as a servant, slipped into the palace, and the lovers escaped. The alarm was raised, and they escaped across the river and or stream to a small abode. And, however, they were tracked down across the bridge and put to death. However, the gods intervened, and the lovers were transmuted into a pair of doves so that they were never separated again. That is the Blue Willow fable. Now let's talk about the history of the plate pattern itself. Now, I went into too much detail. I'm sorry, but
really quick, is the fable, did it originate in England?
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a second.
I'll table that question. Sorry.
So the main things that identify the English willow pattern, or in America we call it the Blue Willow pattern, is the orange tree above the large house on the right. There's has to be a fence in the fore of the plate. There must be a willow tree hanging over a bridge with 3 people on it. You can see there at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Must be a boat up in the stream or on the river. An additional building on an island or a separate shore. And then the 2 birds floating at the top. Yes, the bridge. And the bridge has to have 3 people on it. So those are the things. If it doesn't have those things, it's not the official English willow pattern. Now, we're going way back to the beginning of blue glaze, which is made from cobalt oxides. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, cobalt oxides on white porcelain or stoneware. And there are pieces of that dating back to Mesopotamia, Iraq specifically, in the 9th century. And then the trade opened up from the Middle East to China. And then we start seeing blue and white china showing up in the 14th century. And this is where Jing ware comes in. So this picture on the right is from the 1300s. And then the height of Jingdezhen ware, which is known as Nanking ware, which is the port that it left from, or Canton ware. Canton is the city where it was decorated. And you see that, and that was when it went everywhere. That was the height of export, was from the 1660s to 1722. And that's when everybody else was like, hey, people like this, so let's figure out how to do it ourselves. This is a Delft piece from the late 1600s that was obviously influenced by this technique. And then in the mid 1700s, transferware was developed. I believe the first place was in Italy, outside of Florence. It was where the first transferware happened. And then it came to Staffordshire in England, Stoke-on-Trent, where a lot of stoneware and potteries were located because it was on a river, which is important, water sources and ease of transporting materials. But so I read that they actually started people had these Chinese pieces and they would break and they wanted to replace it. So they would go to these potteries like, hey, can you copy this and, you know, make me a replacement? Because they didn't want to wait for, you know, more imports to come in, or it was getting harder to get those imports. In this time period, chinoiserie, like, you know, those bamboo style furniture, just Chinese motifs was all the craze, especially for wealthy people. And then with transferware, it became more economical and more people could own this style of pottery. So you'll see it a lot. So English willow pattern, there were two engravers who are kind of credited with the creation of this pattern, Thomas Lucas and Thomas Minton. They were working for, I think it's Coughley first, but Coughley didn't have the official willow pattern. Like they had some elements, but they didn't have everything. The first official English willow pattern comes for Spode. And if you haven't ever watched the transferware process, I found a link, which I can put in the chat, that somebody at the Spode Museum just walks you through, and that's where this still is from. Because there's a copper plate that the design is etched into. They heat it up, they apply color, they take the color off, then a special tissue paper with a medium on it. Though originally they used like animal gelatin sheets to transfer the image. But they put it on this thin piece of paper, it's dried, and then it's applied to biscuit fired porcelain or stoneware. And what is really cool is like, so this is flat, and you know, most plates are not flat. So they actually cut out the center and apply the center first, and then apply the design on the rim. Which is really interesting to watch. And then they just seal it on there. They actually use a form of soap to help it transfer.
And they still do it this way?
It's still done this way. Yes. It's faster than hand painting, obviously, but it's still a pretty time-intensive process. And then just some water takes the paper off, and then it's glazed and fired. And that's how you have the transfer wear. And this image on the left is from one of the original, there was a book about the pattern, and this was in it. And then we come to the best marketing ploy ever, and that is the Fable of the Blue Willow pattern. Blue Willow Fable is completely manufactured and fake. The design was made in the 1780s. The first Blue Willow Fable found written was in the mid 1800s. So
people wanted a story and they gave them a story.
Yeah. So they looked at the images, and so they wanted, because at this point in time, chinoiserie was slightly fading out of style, but they had a lot of it. And it's usually monochrome, Joyce. It's not always blue and white. You can find it in black, green, pink, and sometimes multicolored. But the blue and white is the most prevalent that you find in the transferware. I was disappointed too. Now there is a Japanese fable called the Green Willow, which has elements that they probably stole from. But the fable itself that everyone knows, poems were written about it. There was an opera. There was a silent film. There were so many things. And it was just I think Spode makes it in black and white, Joyce. And it worked, because at one point Blue Willow was performed by 400 makers in the UK, over 500 makers worldwide. It has been in constant production since it was created in the 1780s. And I don't know what we can say that is still made to this day from that point in time. Let's see. And then here, if you want to make me big, I'll show some real life.
How do I do that? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
You can just remove it from the stream.
Thank you, because my driving is. I tried, and then you went away.
Wait, I can do it.
Okay,
There we go.
but you're not big though.
Oh, well, you have to make me big now.
Wait, I'm almost there. Yes.
So the markings. So I'm gonna go like in chronological order. I do love blue and white. I do love the blue willow pattern because when I was little, I read about the Fable. I didn't know it was fake. I mean, I just thought it was romantic, but it's fake, as many romances are. But so this is my oldest piece of blue willow. This is Staffordshire. And as you can see here, we've got the orange. Some people call it an apple tree. We have the large pagoda. Here we have the fence that was built to keep the lovers apart. The willow tree. We've got the angry brutes coming to the small house to get the absconded lovers. There's the boat. And then, of course, we have the lovers. Now, I did learn that English lovebirds or doves are usually thinner than like Japanese or I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but the truth is terrible sometimes. But this is Warranted Staffordshire Ware by John Muir and Sons. And since it doesn't say England on it, this was made between 1830 and 1890. It is a rice pot. It has crazy. I love there is a rope design in here. It has its original lid. It was used. It's full of crazing. Like if you find a piece of Staffordshire ware and it doesn't have crazing, then it's probably fake. just because the nature of this kind of ware it will be crazed. There is that. And then, of course, it moved on in popularity through 1830, 1890, and then it kind of ebbed and flowed, and then it got really popular. I don't know what this is worth. I got a great deal from Gina at Vintage Digs on this. I do know pieces of John Muir Blue Willow can go for big money.
What was it again? John who?
John Muir, M-E-I-R, and Sons.
Okay.
And then in the 1920s, it picked up again because have you ever heard of a blue plate special?
Yes.
Did you know that's from the Blue Willow plates?
No.
So, in the 20s, diners started doing blue plate specials, and they had this restaurant ware, and they were served on these Blue Willow grill plates with the divided things. And they were very, very popular. Yes, here you go, the restaurant ware. So this
cool.
one, I have 4 different varieties. I love grill plates. I don't know why, but so this particular one was hey
Hi, Michelle.
This one was made in the USA, and it was about this time in the 20s where you started seeing like Blue Willow showing up in 5 and dime stores. You saw it in like ticket books, like if you bought so much at a grocery store or whatever, you would get tickets and then you could trade them in for things. This one is a much older version. I can't even make out the marking. But you can tell by the way the design isn't as sharp that it is older.
But
and
that
little
3-section plate, that's definitely going to date it after 1900.
Most likely, yes. The restaurant ware happened started around the 20s.
Yeah, and Susan was really interested in the marks. She might, if you want
one?
after you're done, I think the first one. I
can do that.
Yeah.
This one, of course, around when Lefton and everybody else was working, you start seeing them made in Japan. Here's another grill plate. And you'll notice, you see how chubby the birds are?
Mm-hmm.
The Japanese birds are chubbier than the British birds.
Oh.
But it still has the 3 people. Now, I do have this is one of my favorite pieces, not because it's older, but because it was made in Clarksburg, West Virginia, which is just 20 minutes south of me. And it's pink. It's
Ooh,
a
it's
pink
pretty.
willow. Now there are only 2 people on this bridge. So it's fake. It's not English willow, obviously. And it doesn't have birds. But I like it because it's local. I also have this in blue and pink. This is my go-to when I want a snack food dinner plate. So, which might be after this. But then because of the popularity, they slapped it on everything. Like you could find blue willow anything, and I mean some people got it like in their wash detergent or whatever. This is my favorite.
China with their wash detergent?
Yeah.
Okay.
People got glass in their wash detergent. There was like, oh, what was it? I think a flower company gave it away too. Good night, Claudia. But here we have, it's a toothbrush holder. See? Put your cup here, your razor here, and your toothbrush is there.
And are they fat birds or skinny birds?
They're chubbier birds. This has no markings whatsoever. It looks like there was likely a made in China sticker there. But I mean, I love finding the weird things that are blue willow.
Oh, okay. So it's whether it's antique or whether it's more possibly current, you're actually just because you love the pattern.
I just love the pattern. I love the blue and white. I love the but here I think Susan wanted to see, this is warranted Staffordshire, and then it says J, M, and S, which is John Muir and Sons. And Spode is still in operation, and you can still get their blue willow pattern, but older Spode or Copeland Spode will be the technical original. And then you can find blue willow that's older than that. That's not the official English willow, because they were doing the designs before the official English willow pattern was set, shall we say.
Okay.
But, and then of course I have this that I'm drinking my double tea from. It's not old at all. It's Royal Cuthbertson, made in China. Dishwasher, etc. safe. I am a fan of dishwasher safe. But, and then that's Blue Willow in a nutshell. I did have a quote from one of the poems, and I forgot to actually download that. So I'm trying to find the poem so I can at least read you the last line from it.
Man, the blue willow pattern and just blue chinoiserie china in general. It's such a classic. I mean, I think it's going to stand the test of time for.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's just so many pieces of it. And you could see in movies and like Westerns or whatever, they would use blue willow to just denote like you were either fancy or to denote an easier time. The Hearsts at Hearst Castle, like he had a blue willow pattern in there. Of course, it was gold rimmed and all of that.
So he probably commissioned his own Blue Willow
Yeah.
Blue Willow set.
It was very, very fancy. And then let me find. I mean, Terry Pratchett mentioned it in one of his books. It's just so. It was just so prolific. I mean, it's everywhere. I think Aunt B in the Andy Griffith Show had it. It was in the Munsters. Like,
really?
it was just such a big part of popular culture because everybody could identify with it.
Mm-hmm.
On the Waltons. Let me see if I. Well, the hard part is there was like a number of Blue Willow poems that it's hard to find the specific one I'm looking for. I'm not going to find it.
No.
Of course, I'm not going to find it.
That's okay. We can share it again another time.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't have a quote. It was something about the eternal love, blah, 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 blah. Which
a turtle? Wait, all I heard was turtle.
Eternal. It was something about eternal love.
Eternal.
Delaware.
Yeah, I have some. I mean, not necessarily the Willow pattern, but I have some red transfer wear, some black transfer wear, some blue spode.
Oh, and then, have you ever heard of calamity wear?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, wait, yes, I have on Stephanie's. Yes, I have.
Well, it's funny because
Diaries, I saw it.
I've always loved calamity wear. And then it's funny because she got those as a gift. And it's a modern company. They have taken the Blue Willow pattern and put monsters in them. Yeah. So there's like giant robots, Godzilla, aliens, sea monsters. It is hilarious. It is hilarious.
But if you don't look closely, it's just gonna look like
it just looks like Blue Willow.
White. Yeah.
So let me see if I can find. Can I just share my screen? I wonder. We gonna find it.
Is this something I could try to do?
All right, here we go. I mean, I want it just to mix in with my other blue and whites because it's very much okay. All right, here we go. You're gonna see us all here for a sec. All right, can you see the calamity wear?
Hold on.
You might need to add it. Okay. It is pricey, you will see, but here are the various designs. So series 1 has, which is when I first found them. So you've got the giant robot there. Here's the UFOs. And then there's the sea monster. And then up here, I think it's some kind of plague happening.
I actually hadn't seen these plates. I just saw those mugs that she got.
Oh, yeah. So there are more series. So here's pirates coming.
Oh,
there's the volcano. Oh, there's a tidal pool. There's the giant octopus happening.
Oh.
And here we go. Oh, yes. I forget. Oh, this is just there's giant toads everywhere. And there's Bigfoot, pterodactyls. I think are zombie poodles down here. But that's calamity wear. So
that is so fun. I had no idea because in the mug it kind of wraps around and there's little scenes, but I didn't know that you could get plates.
You can get a whole dinner set.
Different scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is actually much more amusing than I realized. So thank you for
it's
sharing that.
it's fantastic. I just I love, of course, taking something old and then, giving it a new spin, and
Mhm.
then, and you could be serving people and they would have no idea. They would just think, oh, you're serving them on fancy blue and white china until they finish their dinner, and then they realize there's a zombie poodle staring at them.
It's so true. Oh my goodness,
They're
that's
amazing.
so
And
fun.
people have found them. Keep a lookout because some people don't love them and they donate them to the Goodwill. So
The
you never
clammy
know.
ones?
Yeah. In my Weird and Wonderful Finds group on Facebook, somebody had found a set of 2, and I was like, who? Who is terrible enough to donate that?
I
Why?
think sometimes some people might get them as a gift and enjoy it, and then it's, maybe not
Maybe they have
them.
too many mugs.
Something.
Maybe they have no sense of humor. I don't know. I don't know. But that is my favorite, newest interpretation of the Willow pattern. Now, do you have any Blue Willow?
I have more of I have the blue spode. I chose more of like classical. I'd have to go dig and look at them. So
like the Italian tower.
some Italian, some of the ones where there's a lion on it. Have you seen that one on spode?
Yes.
I have like about 12 of them. Some with more like Grecian scenes, and like urns and things on them, and some with just the florals.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a little collection of spode, old spode and new, because you can't really get some of those patterns anymore. You have to get them at the antique store.
Yeah, you have to mix them up.
Yeah, but they're a little lighter blue. They're not as
Rich.
cobalt as like a blue willow usually is.
And the new spode is very white, the background.
Mm. Yeah, I think my pieces are probably from the 80s. I always assume everything's from the 80s. Maybe it's 90s. I don't know when they made all those different ones. And I'm kind of confused as to why you can't get them online, because I looked online and they only have a select amount. They don't have everything. Like if you want the Italian, different Italian patterns, I think when I was looking, they only had one of the Italian scenes. I think there's a few.
The Italian room, yeah, like they have a lot of different patterns.
Yeah, I think that's Italian room.
But
Yeah, and then the floral one. I have some of those flowers.
No worries, Maria. Yeah, the Japan pieces are what you would find.
There we
go. A lot of imported Japan pieces, or what you would find like the 5 and dime or whatever, or the subscription ones. And then the made in America pieces are usually restaurant wear, at least in my experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I came across some, and I don't know if they were made in England or made in China, but I remember there were some at the thrift store, and they had Churchill on it, but they obviously were very new. So do some companies in England have imports from China?
I think some companies imported from China, but then some of the Blue Willow back then was made specifically for certain establishments, and you will find the name of the establishment in the rim, like whatever inn. And so that's where they would probably where restaurant wear got started, as far as that. Some restaurant wear is made in PA. Mine was made in Clarksburg, West Virginia.
I love restaurant wear, but I've chosen to not invest in it. I've chosen I just use Corningware because it's lightweight. I know I'm just going to get older, and
This is the
don't
only
want my plates
restaurant
to be too
where
heavy.
it is heavy. It is very heavy.
Yeah.
But it means my nibblings won't pick it up very often.
Oh.
Like it, especially the younger one, it's
Mhm.
hard for her to lift this up. So therefore, fewer spills as far as that goes. But yeah, as far as the other restaurant ware, I'm not very interested in it.
Mhm.
I just love grill plates. I mean, I have some uranium grill plates too that I absolutely love.
Do you like to decorate with any of the blue and white chinoiserie vases and pottery, or are you more just attracted to English blue willow patterns?
Don't. No, I have some. I actually have a lamp that I made out of the Nanking rice bowls that have the little like rice nuggets. You know what I'm talking about? In the
Oh, I think so. Is it
so
like a million rice or something like
something like that. I
that?
found a stack of them one day at a thrift store, and that's back when I was making lamps on a regular basis. And so I put the two bowls together to make a ball, and then I have like 3 or 4 of them stacked. So it looks like one of those very modern, ball
Yes. Uh-huh.
lamps, but it's made out of china. And I have it in my office because I put it up to sale during like one craft season and nobody wanted it. And that's when I was like, okay, now it's mine.
Just have to keep it.
What a shame. What a shame. But I did make other lamps in that kind of configuration with bowls, and they always sold very well. So I didn't make a huge effort to sell that one because I loved it so much. But no, I do like the blue and white. I actually don't come across it that often.
Like the vases and things?
Yeah.
Okay. I always see it everywhere.
See, I don't. I don't. Really, those rice bowls were one of the first ones I ever came across in blue and white.
Yeah, what I really like is I like the brown and white. I like the brown transferware.
I like the blend. Well, I mean, I like my Queen's Castle transferware. It has multiple colors.
The Queen's Castle. Oh, yes.
Mhm.
That one was beautiful.
But I really enjoyed here. Let me put the link in for you all of that so you can watch them do the transfer, because it's definitely worth a watch. Because the guy who's doing it, his father is the one who did the Spode design for the Christmas tree with the Santa Claus on top.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You've not seen the Spode Santa Christmas tree?
I've seen the Spode, like just the green Spode Christmas tree.
Well, it's not a Spode Christmas tree unless it has a Santa Claus on top of it.
Oh, okay.
As
like a topper.
As his topper, yeah. He's like holding on. He's not on the very top. He's at the top, like clasping onto the side.
Okay. I guess I didn't look close enough to.
I'll post a picture. I'll take a picture of the lamp tomorrow and I'll post it on my Instagram for those who want to see. I emailed this to myself.
I know. Isn't Angela just so crafty?
I'm crafty. Let's see. And this is just, it was somebody who, like, his channel is called the Transferware channel. And now I want to see
straight out
what other videos that they have happening. Of course, there's the link if y'all want to check it out later.
I'm gonna check it out.
This is just
channel.
Now, I only found out that the Fable of the Blue Willow was fake a few years ago. I mean, it was relatively new news to me.
I didn't even know there was a Fable. So
yeah. I think it was just like when I first saw it, as a kid, it looked like it should have a story to me. And so then I searched it out,
Okay.
Google.
I never did.
I'm of the Google age. So, I mean,
But Google has changed. I mean, the concept of Google when it started really was about sharing information, and now it's really about pushing product. I've noticed. I can't.
You can change your settings so you're not getting push product.
Really?
Yeah.
How do I do that? Because I need to
think about it. I'll have to Google it and find out for you.
Yeah, because if I want to find out information for something, it immediately feeds me all different ways of how I can buy something. And even if I put antique, it wants to give me new things.
I'm not a mod. It's not going to let me put the link in.
Oh.
All right. I will put it in the private chat and you can share it.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
Or you can make me a mod if you want.
Oh, how do I do that?
Well, you have to be on YouTube to do it.
Oh, I can do that right now, though, on YouTube?
Yeah. If you just go and click on my name, you can make me a mod.
Can I go into our own chat?
Yeah. If you just go and click on, you just have to mute it first.
Can I go into our own chat?
Yeah. If you just go and click on, mute it first.
Hold on. I'm working. Where are you at?
Oh, it won't show what I typed because it was a link. Hey.
Oh, no. Can you just say hi?
I am.
Can you say hello?
I said, hey, yeah.
Oh, there you are.
Hey, yeah.
So now, and then I hit add moderator.
Yes.
Done. All right.
And it'll tell me, hey, you're a moderator. And now I can paste it again.
Okay, I closed out of there.
That should be fine.
Did we succeed?
There it is. Yes, I have a wrench. So now everybody can actually see the link that I put in. But,
okay, here we go. There's the link.
There's the link, and that's just a guy does a quick, shows you how. And Joyce, he's doing a black and white blue willow. Well, a black and white English willow. That's why they call it the English willow, because it's not always blue.
Oh.
And that's all. I don't have a quote for y'all, and it makes me sad.
I just had one
basic quote,
because I can't find good quotes. But yeah, I had one in there. I don't know if you saw it. It's small.
Where is?
Is it in there?
No, I wasn't on the slides you said.
Oh, was it? Hold on. Can I? Hold on. How do I add one of these?
You can just add it in the slides by itself.
How do I do that? Wait, share. Slides.
I just threw my phone. Don't mind me.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know how to add. Oh, from my computer. Here we go. Look at me go. All right, upload. Okay, I'm doing this. Uploading. I think I made one. We're going to do all this work for my teeny tiny little quote. Well, that's all right. You guys are all kind, so you don't mind.
The link is to a guy who is putting a willow pattern on a plate. So if you want to watch. Yes, go later. Don't watch right now. But
it's for some reason it's stuck in uploading, so I might not be able to. Oh wait, now it's processing.
It takes it a minute. Well, I can't find the actual poem I wanted, but there's a bunch of different little poems about the willow pattern. And it's just like 2 little birdies flying high, a little vessel passing by, a weeping willow hanging o'er, a bridge with 3 men, if not 4, a Chinese castle there it stands, as if the lord of many lands, a tree with many apples on, and a fence at the bottom, to end my song.
You're right. It didn't get in here.
Oh,
Well, that's a bummer. Yeah, I had one. It just somehow got lost in the shuffle.
that's all right.
Yeah. I'll save it for next time.
And of course, I'd probably find my. Well, let me make sure. If I wrote it down on my notes, I'm going to be really angry with myself.
Peggy!
Yes, Kathy, you miss cutesy mermaids.
Yeah. I'm just, you know what it is I'm so slow. I process everything very slowly. So.
Hey, Leanna. Or is it Liana?
I think it's Liana. Oh, no. But it's wonderful to have you stop by.
Thanks so much. I mean, we ran over tonight. Sorry.
We did.
Okay. And there were still other things I wanted to say, but I wanted to keep it short-ish. And you had to see the calamity wear because...
Definitely. I'm so glad we detoured for the calamity wear. Yeah. It was worth it.
But I hope everyone had an okay Monday, if not a fantastic Monday, and that the rest of your week only improves.
Definitely. Yes. Thank you for stopping by. It is always good to spend time with everyone and have some fun chat and some fun education. Boy, Angela, you taught me a lot this time.
Oh, good. Good. I didn't know if it was too much to go into the whole history of blue and white, but I felt like that was a good starting point. But
well, I'm out of tea.
Glad, Rebecca.
I just have my water, but
well, I'm still sipping on my G&T. So have a great night, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.